Hello guys, and welcome back to the third and final part of getting my crash damaged BMW E91 back in the road. So for those that don't know, I was involved in a 4-car pile-up. The fourth car in this accident pushed the car in front of that into me. I was then pushed into the car in front of me. There was some damage to the front of the car, some damage to the rear of the car, but we are pretty much there now. We are getting very, very close. In the previous video, we swapped out the front end, so we installed a new slam panel, new front bumper, new headlight. We also had to replace the bonnet as well. And then in a separate video, I also did repair the flexi section on the exhaust as well. Since then, the car has been for an MOT and it passed absolutely fine, no issues with it at all. And I guess now we just need to finish the car off and make it look pretty. So for starters, we need to swap out this rear bumper. It doesn't look too bad from afar, but I'll get up close and show you the extent of the damage that has occurred to it. So as you can see, the majority of the damage on this bumper is in the area of the exhaust. That is because this was actually pushed inwards by the car behind it, pushed the exhaust forward, and that's what tore the flexi section on it. It's pretty well scuffed and battered all the way around. I think this has been previously painted before. It was done very, very poorly because you can see every single line in the paint. It's very, very dull. And to be honest, this wasn't really something that bothered me too much, but as the bumper is pretty badly damaged, I may as well go ahead and replace it now. Also, I think one or two of the tabs are probably snapped because it seems to have popped out right there. So hopefully, fresh bumper on, it should all sit quite nicely. I did mention in the previous video that the bonnet needed aligning. I've done this off camera. Very, very boring to watch, I would imagine. So essentially, you just want this gap along here between the bonnet and the wing. Again, the bonnet and the wing, you want these two gaps on either side to match, and I think you would agree they are matching quite nicely now. So I'm happy with the bonnet fitment, but we still also need to get all of the interior trims back reinstalled. You'll probably notice this interior tray, this was badly damaged from the accident. It kind of just came through here and cracked it all, but as you can see, I have replaced it now for a nice shiny new one. So that was a nice easy fix. But yes, for starters, let's get this old bumper removed. Let's get the new one swapped in. So to remove the rear bumper then should be very easy. I mean, there should be some fasteners which attach the bumper to the rear under tray. My under tray is pretty much all missing, aside from I think we have one screw there, one there, and a couple there as well. So I'll get those removed, and then there should be a cover here like there is here. They're hiding some screws, so pop this out. There we are, just a torque screw there, get those removed, then it should just be the screws on the side then. Now these screws on the side would definitely be easier with the wheels removed, but you don't have to remove them. Can get in here with a small ratchet. It's just the wheel arch liner screws. So that one at the bottom done. I don't think I don't think there's the one at the top's actually holding this. I think that's snapped. What the hell? Something tells me that is not OEM. Don't think there should be a piece of wood inside of the bumper. This is where we're going to find the chassis just completely dented in. I know there was an accident on this side. I know there has been some filler and some paintwork done here, so are we potentially opening a can of worms? We'll find out. Okay, so pretty confident I've got all the screws removed from both sides and from underneath as well. So in theory, it should just be these two Torx 25 screws holding this bumper in place now. Moment of truth. Yep, it's free. There we go. Right. Okay, so just need to unplug all of the parking sensors now. And then 4. That's the rear bumper removed. Basically ready for the bin, but I am going to keep this little towing eye cover because they generally do fall off, and we're also going to keep the parking sensors as well because they work absolutely fine. So yeah, let's get all those removed and this can be chopped up. Don't really know what purpose this piece of wood was playing though. It was literally just sort of sat about there. I mean, none of this bracket looks particularly broken. There's a tiny bit there, but that's not going to make any difference. It's not as if it's been pushed in. That's the angle it should be at. Exact same on the other side as well. The only thing I can think of is, I don't know, just because that clip's broken or something. I don't know why that would be there. Oh well. As you can see now that the bumper is removed though, no damage to the chassis at all. I mean, usually in a rear impact, you know, you'd have the rear crash bar, that would take some of the force, but it actually all just went underneath and hit this plastic tray, and that took the impact instead. But yeah, I got pretty lucky, I guess. Right, new bumper can now go on. Of course, need to get the parking sensors plugged in first. Yep, they're all in. And let's just line it up. There we go. Right, just going to get these 2 screws installed just to hold it in place. Yeah, everything's lining up. And just like that, that is the new rear bumper now fitted. All of the screws on both sides refitted. Very happy with the fitment. Screws underneath refitted. Of course, these 2 screws, you saw me do that anyway. Yeah, I'm missing one of these caps. I don't know if I'll get it for that side, if I can be bothered or not. But yeah, bumper looking very fresh now. Seems weird to not have this section all kind of mangled up. Yeah, very pleased with how that's looking. I guess now we can move on to getting all the interior trims cleaned up and put back in, and then we can give this car a bit of a deep clean, I think, because it hasn't had a good wash in, well, a good number of months. It was definitely before the accident that it saw its last clean, and the interior as well, that could definitely do with a good clean, because again, it's just been used and not necessarily cared for that much. It's kind of been used as a bit of a workhorse. As you can see, sand there on the seat. It's not from the seaside. So then, after giving the car a good wash for the first time in, it's got to be coming up to 6 months now. Yeah, this thing doesn't get washed nearly enough as it should do, in all honesty, but it's just a daily driver. It's a bit of a workhorse and it doesn't have to look pretty at all times, but I think it's actually came out quite nicely. Yeah, as I mentioned, that rear bumper, it's probably the best panel on the car now. It's very little wrong with it. I could give it a polish just to get some of the finer scratches out, but I'm really not that bothered at this point. Actually quite a clean looking car. Again, front bumper, that's looking nice and smart. Could also give that a bit of a polish up because it is a bit dull in places, but yeah, all looking great. Bonnet looks great. I've gave the edges a good polish, just where all that tape residue was on from when I had to tape the bonnet down to the old bumper. Basically, long story short, I had to collect the bonnet on this car. I didn't have a car or a vehicle big enough to put the bonnet inside of, so I had to collect the bonnet with the old bumper on and then just tape it down in position. But yeah, car is looking sweet. Just got to give the interior a good deep clean, and also get all of the boot trims in as well. And now, with the interior also done, looking nice and fresh in here, smells a lot better as well. It smells very fresh. And of course we have all of the boot trims all back in the correct locations, and the car's looking like brand new again. And you'd never even know that this car has been in an accident, really, would you? I think I've done a pretty good job. I think I've done everything properly, pretty much as an insurance company would expect it to be repaired. You know, there's nothing broken left on the car now. So in summary then, to put this car back on the road after suffering a 4-car shunt, we had to repair the exhaust, we had to replace the boot floor trim, we had to replace the rear bumper, front slam panel, bonnet. I think that's about it. Of course, we've gave it a good clean inside and out now, and it's ready to be used and enjoyed as a daily driver. I really do love this car. It's the perfect daily driver, perfect blend between economy, power, and just practicality. With this being my first proper crash damage rebuild series though, should I do more of this? Should I maybe buy a car that has already been crash damaged and potentially repair it? Or should I just stick to buying cars that are virtually in one piece, and then maybe just repairing them up and moving them on. Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm all ears at this point, but like I said, the car is now done for the time being. I do have some, I basically need to do a full service on this car. Few of the little bits and pieces as well, but nothing too interesting. I'm sure you'll see it back on the channel at some point in the future, but for now I want to thank you all for watching. Give this video a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I'll see you all in that next one.